lalela ke wena Luthabo zokubuyiselela uSuthu noLukhuzana nomuntu wakho khona manje.
Honorable Ditebe, are you seconding?
I'm seconding minus those
Yeah.
Honorable Kaula.
Honorable Kaula, you were not at this meeting, so unfortunately, thank you for trying to second it, but it would be wrong. All right, it's been second. The next set of minutes, page 1. And yes, she was present. So this is the one with Cape Town we had a meeting with. Page 2.
But Chair, we are running too much.
Why
Must
are
scroll slow. Then can let me see. Yeah. Don't be fast.
Okay.
Fast.
Go a little bit slower, Kaya. Page 3. Members, just take cognizance that this was sent out. You should have gone through them and made your notes where there's mistakes. Page 4. Page 5. Page 6. And page 7. Page 8. That's the last page. Can I get someone to adopt the minutes proposal?
Chair.
Telu?
Just on the, can we just go back to the acronym of the Department of Forestry, Fisheries and Environment? I'm not sure if it is correctly written.
Just go back quickly.
Okay, there it was. Is it
up again.
supposed to be DFFE? Is it written that way? Keep going.
No, go up.
No. Don't be fast. Keep going. Where is it now?
There's a DFF.
It must be DFFE, is it?
It is DFFE.
Okay, all right.
Okay, are you proposing?
Yes, I am, Chair.
Thank you. Can I get a seconder? Honorable Kobe?
A second, the minutes, Chair.
I'm getting worried here, you and the TV, then it's him, then it's you. Committee, we'll have to look at this relationship.
Chair, don't worry, she's the same age as my firstborn daughter, so I just...
Yeah. Okay. You've got another...
Even the face, they look exactly like your daughter.
Okay. All right. 11th of March. Page 1. Page 2. Page 3. Okay, just go back quickly. Just go back. I want to see the apologies. I just remember now. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure, because this one of Kahula was late. And did you make an apology, Honorable Reddy?
Yes, I did, Chair.
All right.
No. Let me correct that, Honorable Chair. I was not late. I was trying with all my means to get to that.
No, there's a honorable member. There was apologies for you. It came in late. No, what I mean is you were not late. but we received your apology a little bit later, and I asked them to put that into the
Was late,
apology.
no.
Honorable Reddy says he made a apology. Honorable Reddy, to who did you
Yes.
send your apology?
My apology would have come from my office and it would have been done by email.
Okay.
I will get the copy record of that and I'll forward it to the Secretariat.
Okay, then we will just amend this and make the apology.
Thank you very much.
Chairperson,
Yes, Honorable.
I also didn't attend the meeting, but I also sent a late apology because I just realized the meeting when it was already late, past 12.
So it is minuted that you have made apology, Honorable.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, thank you. We just need to sort out this thing of Honorable Reddy. Yes, Selu?
Yeah, Chair. I'm just on the for official record. You will either have the African National Congress or ANC, Democratic Alliance or DA, etc. Now, in respect of Honorable Malos and Honorable Reddy's party, I think, as far as I know, it's registered as NKP. So we are just dropping party there. So we should just, for future, do it the way it would be done on controversy as a party.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, what is the name of, what is the date of this meeting again? If I could just have that, please.
That is the 11th of March, last week.
Okay.
Honorable Dilanga, your hand was up.
Thank you so much, Chair. Greetings. I'm covered by Honorable Titere on the question of the MKP.
Yeah. Can we maybe just also change it at the Umalu? Can we maybe just put in their party as well?
Yeah, Chair, that was with your permission, that was the understanding that wherever it is written incompletely, so we should just add the word party there.
Yeah. Right. Can we go to the next page? Honorable Reddy, when you send us that letter, we can just then rectify it if
That's
possible,
fine.
if you don't mind.
Sure, thank you.
All right, next page. Kaya, let's go to the next page. Thank you. Page 3. Page 4. Page 5. Page 6.
Chair, sorry, Chair, it's going very fast now. I read through these minutes. I saw somewhere where you referred to Hearties. I'm not sure if we could just go up Hearties. I've got it, I rang it on my notes here. Hearties.
Yeah, it should be Hartbeespoort Dam.
Right there it is, yeah.
The Hartbees problem, and then Magalies Water as well.
Yes.
So
it's important. Yeah, because these are this information for record, and you don't want any interpretation issues if the matter has to go to court, for example.
Yeah. So just change Hartbeespoort Dam. Harties to Hartbeespoort Dam.
And
and then Magalies just everywhere there's Magalies, just put Magalies Water. Because it's also mean Magalies Mountain Range.
Chairperson.
Yeah, yes.
Hello.
Chair, I agree with Honorable Reddy in principle. I'm not so sure whether, and he's right on Magalies Water. Now, there's Hartbeespoort Dam, but is there no Harties River?
No. No, there's not a Harties River. It is the problem upstream of Harties. We only talk about Harties. So I think what happened is they take a verbal recording and then it changes it to the minutes. So I would have said Harties, the problem upstream of Harties, and it should be Hartbeespoort Dam. There is no Harties River there. It's the Yukskei and the Crocodile River in that area.
No, then in that sense, Chair, I agree with Honorable Reddy, because actually, if you remember, if you said it, it's okay. The Deputy Minister, Sitolo, also said Harties. So the staff would probably not know that, you know, this in full is Hartbeespoort, but I agree with Honorable Reddy. Thank you.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Chair, if I may just ask, I'm not differing with
Sorry,
Honorable
point of order now. Point of order now, Chair.
Chair.
Can I just look, just put up your hand? I just want to, Honorable Reddy, you
Yes.
can go.
Can I suggest for us to have an efficient meeting to finish on time, that members raise the electronic hand if they wish to speak, so that we have some order in the meeting?
Yes, we'll do that. Not a problem.
Thank you. Yeah.
Honorable...
Just the point that was raised by the previous speaker, I think, I don't know where that comes from, but let's agree in principle, and I think there's agreement there, that when we write these minutes, we must be specific about what we're talking about. I agree with you that when we are recording audio and things like that, then these short terms are used. But for the purposes of the minutes, they have to be specific and refer. I mean, Umgeni Water Board, Umgeni Utukela. If you use the word Umgeni, it could mean Umgeni River. It could mean Umgeni Road. It could mean Umgeni Municipality. So many different things. So I just want to appeal for that, please.
No, it's 100%. You're quite correct. So can we quickly, so what I want to suggest, members, I think there's a lot of mistakes on this one. Can we refer this minutes to the next meeting? Let them fix this and then bring this back to us at the next minutes, and then we don't need to approve this minutes now. This specific thing. Yes,
I have put up my hand, Chair.
My apologies.
I just wanted to confirm from the Chair, because because I was not part of this meeting, I said my apology. Am I allowed to make corrections on the minutes of the meeting? As I know that I cannot approve the meeting minutes, but can I make corrections?
No, if there is a correction on the minutes on spelling, but the content of the meeting you cannot participate because you were not present. So it is best then if there's spelling errors, or then on that you can, but not on the content of the minutes.
Thank you, Chair.
Selu? Chairperson, thank you very much. I agree with you. There's just one slight thing there. Operation Vulindlela is written with uppercase V in the same paragraph and lowercase v right there. So if we could just, as we refer back.
Chair, I'm sorry, I beg your pardon, but you did propose that we send this minutes back.
Honorable Reddy, you're doing exactly now what you asked members not to do. But yes, let's refer this back to the committee, to administration. Let them fix this. I will also speak to on this corrections that needs to be done, and then bring back the minutes on a later stage. Are everybody satisfied with that, Honorable Reddy?
Yes, that's perfect, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you. Right, let's refer back. Let's go to the next point on the agenda. Colleagues, I just want us to, before Tumani starts with this, let's just agree. We have received this beforehand. Everybody had the time to read through the document, and everybody should have read through this document beforehand. Can we just then take this as as being read and just look at the recommendations, or do you want us to read through each and every page? If you've got any, what we can do is we can go through each page. I've got some recommendation or some mistakes that I would like to just to get clarity on. We can do that. But can I find out whether we can just go to the recommendations of the committee? Honorable Reddy?
Thank you, Chairperson. I think in the interest of time and efficiency, this presentation was sent to us. We had a chance to go through it, and I support your proposal that we take the presentation.
Recording in progress.
We take the presentation as read, and let's move straight into the recommendations. I thank you.
Honorable Dithebe?
Chairperson, I agree that we should do that. However, there are, I think, other parts of the report which might require which I think will require some interrogation, and I will tell you why. If you look, for example, on the role of the companies and the corporate social investment, there is reference to things like scholar transport, and building of schools, etc., etc. I just feel that that needs to be rephrased so that South Africa is not deemed to be responsible for providing that infrastructure. I know what we mean there, but we can go straight to recommendations as long as we can deal with that part.
Okay, so what I would suggest, we go page by page quickly, and then if you've got mistakes, let's discuss it, rectify it, and then move on. Tamani, can you flight us the document? Or is Kaya going to do that?
Good morning, honorable members and chairperson. Just to show my face, that is the real me speaking. Thank you. I will flight it from this side if Kaya doesn't have it. I can quickly do that. Let's see. You will just confirm if you are seeing the report from your side.
Yeah, we can see it. Thank you. Can you go to the first page?
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you.
All right. So what I would suggest is, Tamani, let's just scroll up, and members, please, if you've got something, just quickly put up your hand, and then we will deal with that issue. Page 1. You can scroll.
Yes. Yeah.
Page 2. Page 3. Page 4. Page 5. Page 6. Page 7. Page 8. Page 9. Page 10. Page 11. Page 12. Page 13. Page 14. Just go up, Tamani. Yeah, no, other way. If I say up, I mean, yeah, that way. Page 15. Page 16. Page 17. I've got one mistake. Yes, this paragraph, the third paragraph, the 2018 inspection, isn't that 2019 inspection? Because you refer inspection later on again as 2019. And as I recall, the inspections was done in 2019. Can you maybe clarify that to us, Tumani?
Yes, there is one on the presentation, it says 2018, and the one when the gentleman was presenting is 2019. So we can reconcile the two into 2019 because we know that it happened in 2019.
Yes, can we maybe just change that to 2019?
Yes, thank you.
Right, let's move on. Next page, page 18. Selu, you will stop us where you want to make the changes? Or I think it's in the recommendations.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
Yeah. Now let's deal
Honorable
with
Adikebe.
Chairperson, I'd like to, if I may, there's under observations, discussions, and resolutions, etc. Let me see. It falls under, it's that subheading, observations, discussions, and resolutions on the construction of the Budihadi Dam and Sinku Bridge. There is reference there to CSI. I think further down, I may have lost that because I'm looking at it on my
page
phone.
15.
Can I ask you look for it and then we can go back to it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Go on.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. These are the resolutions emanating from all the discussions, including the site visits. And let's look at phase 5.1. This one, it reads, the department should provide a detailed briefing on the treaty, which should reflect deeply on each of the clauses or provisions that deal with operation and maintenance, sharing of benefits, that is the contracts, employment opportunities, etc., payment of royalties, including the calculation metrics of the royalties, taxes, and the finance of the Lesotho Highlands Water Project Phase 2 in the next parliamentary term. So that is the first resolution.
Okay, let's do it one by one, if you don't mind.
Yes.
Honorable Ditebe, your hand is still up, or is it a legacy hand?
My hand was up to address the issue of the CSI, which I think is in 5.2, if I'm not mistaken, is it? The CSI.
Okay, let's deal with it then point by point. The first 5.1, is the committee happy with that? The one that he read now?
Chair, I think it's fine.
Yes, Chair, it's a reflection of what we discussed and what we agreed upon.
Okay, then let's move to 5.2. Is there any, sorry, my apology. Anybody that's got another view on 5.1? Honorable Reddy?
Chairperson, I just want to place this presentation into its context. This is not minutes. We went through the first part of it. It was dealing with corrections and so on, as members saw it at the meeting. Here, we're dealing with recommendations that this committee is going to agree upon that will go to a full plenary.
That's
where
correct.
there will be declarations. So we're not here necessarily saying this is a discussion that took place and resolution. The resolutions here is being put to this committee. We now have to formulate a posture by committee, by members. Yeah. Our position as MK Party on all of these is to reserve our position. We will make our final position at the time the declaration comes to plenary. Thank you.
I'm also not asking anybody. What I'm asking is, this is a recommendation. This is a recommendation to Parliament. And we have discussed some of these issues, the members that were there, but we couldn't make any recommendations, so it's been done now. So you have the full right not to approve this or reserve your right. It's your right to do that. May I just ask?
Thank you, Chair.
Then may I just ask, is there any other view except that of Honorable Reddy that we can have this 5.1 as is? Honorable Ditebe?
Chairperson, if you are asking me specifically about 5.1, I think that is okay. We can then proceed to 5.2.
Thank you very much. Can you then lower your hand then? 5.2, Tumani?
Thank you. The department should provide a report on the role of Lesotho Highlands Water Commission with specific reference to South African delegates regarding reporting lines and responsibilities. This is in the context that the committee could not receive a presentation prepared and shared with the committee by the department because the South African chief delegate protested that the presentation contained issues that are still under consideration by the Lesotho Highlands Water Commission. Of concern is that this presentation is contrary to the chief delegate briefs. For example, the presentation indicates that Lesotho is unable to religiously meet its financial obligations by not providing funding to the Lesotho Highlands Development Authority and for the joint operation costs Lesotho Highlands Water Commission while meeting its financial obligations. This report should be submitted within 30 days after the adoption of the oversight report.
I'm putting this to you, Honorable Reddy.
Chairperson, I'm sure that 5.2 can be phrased a little better than the way it's currently done. At the moment, it looks like someone is speaking, and just as they are speaking, they've just recorded it as such. I really believe that this can be put in a more succinct form of a recommendation. Let me illustrate my point. You begin by saying department should provide a report on the role of the Highlands, etc., etc. Then this is the context that the committee could not receive a presentation prepared and shared with the committee by the department because of the chief delegate. He protested that the press, etc., etc. It's too wordy. It needs to be done in a more succinct form of a recommendation. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Kobe.
Thank you, Chair. Just maybe as a matter of context, Chair, and maybe you can offer guidance on this. But the way it is phrased, it is how the issues emanated. And as Tomani said in the beginning of his presentation, is that this is how the issues emanated. Now, I think as we were there, as the portfolio committee members who were there, if this is phrased any other way, Tomani and the team that was recording this might be accused of not recording the accuracy of what had happened. It is not just that there were things that were omitted. Our issue is that in the way that it was done, and it needs to be recorded as such. Thank you, Chair. That's my only input.
Thank you very much. Honorable Reddy.
Chairperson, let me go back to my earlier point. This is not minutes. It's not necessarily what was discussed. We are now looking at the presentation as a committee. And as this committee, we need to make recommendations to the South African Parliament on how it needs to approach this issue, particularly around the contractual obligations between South Africa and Lesotho. So my view, and I'm open to correction on this, is that you receive a presentation as a committee, we deliberate on that, and now we make recommendations as a committee based on the presentation.
I take your point on that, Honorable Reddy. Can I get other members that was there just to speak on this as well, please? Honorable Moore.
Chair, I was waiting for the end of the recommendations to speak up, but I think there's a couple of important issues that do need to be highlighted. I was grateful that we got some of that information that's pointed out in 5.2. And whilst I can understand the Honourable Reddy's point here, is potentially that should be the information contained in this point should be contained in the body of the document, with the recommendation being the department should provide a report on the role of the Lesotho Highlands Water Commission with specific reference to South African delegates regarding reporting lines and responsibilities. This report should be submitted within 30 days after the adoption of the oversight report. So, you could remove a whole chunk in the middle as long as that was contained elsewhere in the report. But I do think it's important because this is supposed to be used to brief the rest of Parliament on what we learned. And I think two of the critical things that we learned is, one, this point with regards to the previously corrupt CE, who's now an advisor on the project. And the second point, which I was going to make later, is that we don't address the requests from the Lesotho Parliament, where they are asking South Africa to reconsider the royalty scheme, as well as other elements of the treaty. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Chair, but I don't see that in here, and I feel that's quite important on a project of this nature, that if Lesotho are putting pressure on us for that, and I believe they raised the land question, but maybe we don't need to bring that into this report. I do think that needs to be contained somewhere here. So with regards to 5.2, if we can contain this information in the body of the report, then it doesn't need to be in the recommendations, and we can just keep a report on the role of the Lesotho Highlands Water Commission. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honourable Ditebe.
Chairperson, I agree that, if you look at 5.2, it does at the end contain a recommendation. Perhaps here, Honourable Reddy might not quite appreciate that it is foregrounded as it is before we get to the recommendation part. But I just want to say, as a matter of principle, Chair, what we put in this report, we must be very careful that the Basotho do not interpret this report to mean that we are shouldering responsibility to do virtually everything in respect of a number of issues, schools, roads, this, that, and the other. Because if you listened, those that were there, the gentleman that was supposed to present on the programs that are being used to try and support communities in and around those projects was leaning very much towards South Africa having to do more beyond, the construction of the feeder roads, the royalties, etc. So I'm just saying, as Parliament, we must not inadvertently incorporate into this report responsibility that we may otherwise not be able to even shoulder from our fiscus. What Lesotho must do, we give them at the moment 123 to 130 million rand per month, and additional cubic meter of water will be giving them about 300 million rand per month. So they too have a responsibility. We have our own load of responsibility of our 60 to 65 million population. Lesotho is what, 2 million, etc. So we must be very careful. But I don't want us to detract from the recommendations based on what we discussed there. The wording, though, is very important, the choice of words.
I totally agree with you. We should not fall into that trap. They try to influence us. So I totally agree. It is not our responsibility to, we haven't even seen the treaty. So we cannot speak out on the content of the treaty, and we will later on see here that we also request the treaty. Can I ask then that we leave 5.2 as is? It seems everybody is happy with that. Can we go to 5.3? Tumani?
Thank you, Chairperson. 5.3, the committee learned that the Auditor General South Africa has no jurisdictional authority to audit financial transfers to the Lesotho Highlands Development Authority to finance phase 2, and considers this a grey area that should be addressed through the review and or amendment of the treaty to allow Auditor General South Africa to collaborate with the Lesotho auditors in auditing the Lesotho phase 2.
Colleagues, any comments on 5.3? Everybody happy? It seems so. Selu, is that an old hand? Thank you. Okay, 5.4.
The committee notes an undertaking by the AGSA to provide an expert report on royalties to the committee. So this is the undertaking that the AGS promised. Yeah. So through our secretariat, we will write to them to get us that report.
Yeah.
5.5.
Wait a bit. Is everybody happy with 5.4? Right, move to 5.5.
The committee notes an undertaking by the Lesotho Highlands Development Authority through the Lesotho Highlands Water Commission to provide a copy of the royalties invoice for information purposes to the committee.
5.5, everybody happy? Thank you. 5.6.
The LHDA to provide a written report on measures that would be used to recover lost time and report on the scarce skills that the project requires, as the LHDA Chief Executive Officer was unable to provide these details during the briefing. This report should be submitted within 30 days after the adoption of the oversight report.
Right, 5.6. Everybody happy? Right, yes. 5.7.
5.7, the members jointly agreed on a bilateral to foster effective oversight of Lesotho Highlands Water Project and cooperation on the other matters relating to, among others, health, education, international relations. To this end, they resolved that the chairperson of the committee, in consultation with the National Assembly and the House chairperson, committees oversight and public participation should invite the Natural Resources, Tourism, Land and Land Cluster Committee through the chair of chairs of the Lesotho Parliament to South Africa for a bilateral on Lesotho Highlands Water Project and a study tour on all relevant sectors, date to be decided. So this is the invitation that was agreed upon between the two committees.
Yeah, but I don't think we need to specify health and education. That is not our responsibility. That's Lesotho's responsibility. I think international relations, but I would believe that we could take out health and education out of this. Selu, this is the point where you also would like to say something on this.
Yes, Chairperson, you know, some things we've got to leave them as broad as they possibly could be, without really going into those specifics, because once you start doing that, remember there's a huge disparity in terms of levels of development between us and Lesotho. And for historic reasons as well, you know, there is likely to be that expectation that we must do this, do that. In any case, if you look at remittances, and the parliamentarians of Lesotho also spoke to us about some of the awards for diseases, etc., that still have to be paid over to the people of Lesotho. It is within the remit of Honorable Jomo's committee, but we already are doing enough. And issue of royalties, etc. So let's not go into those specifics. Once we say international relations, we will decide how we deal with the rest of the detail. Thanks.
I agree with that. Members, can we take out that portion? Amongst others, relating matters of international relations.
Yes.
On national, yeah.
Yes, Chair, I agree.
on national relations. Is everybody happy that we've taken that out?
Yes, Chairperson. I agree that we should take out the part of the health issues at the schools.
Tomani, would you rephrase that just before we... can you maybe just rephrase that for us?
Yes, it has been rephrased. I left cooperation on international relations, which then is broad enough to...
Okay, thank you very much. Honorable Ditebe?
Chairperson, sorry, I'm a bit ahead now. The 5.8, the chunk of that particular, I stand to be corrected, Chair. The chunk of that particular recommendation relates to the jurisdiction of our counterparts in Lesotho. I'm not so sure whether we want...
Yes, Chair. Can we finish with 5.7? We're going to get to 5.8 and then we can take a decision whether we take it in or out. 5.7, are everybody happy with 5.7? All right, let's move to 5.8. Just read that to us, Tumani. And then Honorable Ditebe can deliberate on it.
Okay, 5.8, the chair of chairs raised a concern that the Portfolio Committee on Natural Resources, Tourism and Land has been access to important Lesotho Highlands Water Project reports by the Lesotho Highlands Development Authority, which hampers its oversight of efforts on this project, and pleaded with the committee to assist. In this case, it is recommended that the Lesotho Highlands Water Commission should establish the nature of these reports that the Portfolio Committee on Natural Resources, Tourism and Land seeks, and facilitate the submission of these reports from the LHDA. The Lesotho Highlands Water Commission should provide a report to the committee within 30 days after the adoption of the oversight report.
Honorable Ditebe, I agree with you on this matter. I don't think it's our work to facilitate with the organization within Lesotho. It's their responsibility. But you can continue, Honorable Ditebe.
Chairperson, okay, this is a bit of a tricky part here. Look, we have the counterpart of LHDA in South Africa, which is TCTA. But through a joint collaborative effort, we are represented in the Lesotho Highlands Water Commission as South Africa with six delegates. Now, the point that I'm making here is that you know, we only interact with Basotho through the agency of the LHWC. So we are not extraterritorial in our jurisdiction. So the way we phrase it should be reflective of the respect we accord them, so that we are not seen to be extraterritorial in our mandate as the South African Parliament going into Lesotho. I'm just making that general point so that I agree with you. Thanks.
All right, and Honorable Kobe?
Chair, thank you. I was about to reiterate the same thing, that this would constitute an overreach on our end, especially given that even the minister on our end has had no interaction with the minister on their end. This pertains to two countries, and we as the South African Parliament cannot have overreach and assist them with their roles. I think that is purely their responsibility, and just so that diplomatically for us to avoid an issue between SA and Lesotho. Thanks, Chair.
Honorable Moore?
Chair, I think we're in agreement. I was going to suggest that this be removed, this recommendation removed entirely. I don't think it's appropriate for us to be doing this. If they have a request like that, it needs to go via DIRCO, via sort of circumvent everything would be wrong, and I would propose that we just chop this one out entirely. Thanks, Chair.
Thank you very much. Honorable Tumalu.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. No. I just want to say I agree with my colleagues here.
Okay.
Until we have the South African delegation to this project coming to us and raising whatever issue they want to raise, we cannot be seen intermingling with the affairs of Lesotho. Thank you.
Thank you. Tumani, I see the committee is in agreement. Let's remove this whole paragraph. All right, let's go to then a new 5.8. Just go with that.
Thank you, Chairperson. 5.8, the committee notes the redacted LHDA presentation with some of the critical slides deleted, which contained financial information such as the cost of budgetary plan. The Lesotho Highlands Water Commission should provide a report on the rationality for redacting the presentation and the integrity of the remaining information in the context that it is incomplete and not useful to anyone who would peruse the oversight report. This report should be submitted within 30 days after the adoption of the oversight. Just to explain and to provide context to the members, the way we work is that in addition to the capturing of the discussions and all other important points, we also request the presentation so that things like financial issues, we capture them from the reports. But to our surprise, the presentation from LHDA, which was made by their chief executive officer, did not include the slides that included the 53 billion total cost of the project and the associated other variables. And we requested it, and we were told that that information has been redacted. So that is the basis of this recommendation. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you very much. So the question here is, do we have any authority to ask them, or should we ask TCTA to provide us our counterpart or the minister to provide us with that report? Can we maybe discuss that? What is the view of the committee?
The request here is to Lesotho Highlands Water Commission, which is partly includes us as well as the Lesotho people. Yeah, so in other words, we are requesting the chief delegate from Lesotho Highlands Water Commission to that. Yeah, so but members are free to discuss. Thank you.
Honorable Tumalo, is that a legacy hand? Honorable Ditebe?
Sorry, no. It was a mistake. Thank you.
Okay, Honorable Ditebe?
Chairperson, we can, from the paragraph, I'm sorry, from this one, the LHWC should provide a report on the rationality for redacting the presentation, etc. We can, I think, phrase it in such a way that we do not lose the essence of what we are saying here. Remember that, you know, the presence of the AGSA was obviously out of concern that they don't seem to be informed about what's happening and they cannot audit this project, etc. But if, you know, towards the end of the trip, they were able to ask some questions, but that is not enough. So you are quite right, Chair, but I think the way it should be phrased is that because we deal with the minister, and the minister does oversight over the TCTA and the South African component of the LHWC, we should here reference the minister and therefore direct the minister to interact with LHWC and obviously that whole chain. We know what that means, so that we can then be satisfied with the integrity of information as far as the finances of the project are concerned, because we can only interact with that part of the report through our delegation of SEEKs to the commission. which commission has representation from Lesotho as well. We can retain the essence of it, but and not deal with LHWC directly. I'm not sure. Maybe I may be missing something. Maybe say the minister should do that. Remember when the minister, the issue of the delay was raised in the portfolio committee. That was raised, and the minister said, I'm taking you into confidence. There are these issues, but we are trying to deal with them. So we should not lose the essence of that. So it should be the portfolio committee, directing the minister to engage with the LHWC to establish, the integrity of the financial records of the project, insofar as we are represented by our delegation from South Africa in the LHWC. I don't know if it makes sense, Chair.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Honorable Kobe, your view?
Chair, I slightly differ, although I agree entirely in terms of the value chain of communication, of how the report needs to come to us. But I think the issues were raised in the meeting with the commission right there, even if it was the South African part of the delegation. And it was the commission itself that committed to sending this to us. So I don't think that maybe we would be so much in breach of anything because it was them who made a commitment to the committee. It's not as though the committee is requesting this extraterritorially, if I'm making sense. I think it was a commitment on the end of the commission, and then we adjust what we are recommending comes from the agreement which emanated from the meeting.
Yes, I think, but what we are saying is we should lay the responsibility on the minister to get that for us. Because for us now to communicate directly with them, not going through DIRCO, it could be a problem for us as well. So I agree with Honorable Ditebe that this responsibility must be given to the minister, that she follow the right challenge to give us the content of what we want here. Can I get views of other members of the committee as well?
Well noted, Chair.
Honorable Moore?
Chair, it's tricky. I understand what different people have said, and I do think I think maybe the way we phrase it is going to be key here, because that, if we say that the LHWC, Chair, I don't know. I think we need to actually engage with our DIRCO colleagues or whatever it is, or because I don't know what our right as a committee is to ask the LHWC to do something, because it's a multinational body linked between the two. I think maybe we need to go, the committee will engage with DIRCO regarding, or engage with the relevant department regarding the LHDA presentation, the redacted presentation or whatever, Chair, because I don't think we should. I just don't know enough about our specific requirements yet, Chair. Sorry.
So that's the point we are making, is that the responsibility we give to the minister, that she must get us that report. Honorable Ditebe?
Chairperson, okay, I agree once again with you to allay the colleagues' fears. Let's look at it this way. The LHDA is an equivalent of our own entity called the Trans-Caledon Tunnel Authority, TCTA. So as and when the body of water gets transferred into South Africa through that tunnel, the readings are taken both by the LHDA and the TCTA. Remember when we were at Muela Dam, the hydro power plant, and I wanted to see on that map where exactly the readings are taken by both LHDA and TCTA. Now, on the basis of that, and I think by now it's clear to members that there is an entity called the LHDA, Of course, there's also the project management unit there, because in the past they just used to do it through the LHDA without any distinct entity that has agency in respect of project management, but now they have. But then you have, through the LHDA, representation of delegation of Lesotho into the commission on the basis of the treaty, which is undergoing review as we speak. And from our end, we have our own delegation, but we also have an entity called the TCTA. Now, it seems to me that it is therefore apposite that we should, our first point of contact with those entities, in this instance, the LHWC, should be the minister. Yes. Because in any case, the minister is the one who will be making contact both with the TCTA and the South African component of the LHWC. So in that way, then you're not going to be meandering through the whole maze of structures, agencies, right up to LHWC. So you're just going to have the minister, and the minister, of course, will account, just as she would account with regards to our water boards, right? The department, etc. So I hope it's clearer now, Chair, where you and I are on this matter.
Yeah. Can we then just say that the minister will get a report of water and sanitation, will get a report from LHWC that should, that must report. And that report should come to us within 30 days. Is everybody happy on this?
Chairperson?
Sorry, Gogo, I'll call you back. So, sorry, Chair. Yeah, just a quick one. Let me reiterate our position that we will not indicate our support or otherwise of this as we look further into the details. I just want to bring some information to light to honorable members of the committee. You know, the Lesotho Highlands Water Project. This one was a multi-phase initiative. And the idea was that we would create a dam in Lesotho to supply Gauteng province. And in return, we will generate hydroelectric power for Lesotho. Now, over the years, during the construction of this and through the treaties and agreements and all that, this project has also been bogged down by various controversies. And I hope that when members went out there and had discussions with everybody, that you pick this up, because it has been fraught with many, many controversies. I mean, some of these include things like the social and environmental impacts. Individuals that were living around there, they complained that they've been displaced, and issues around food security has been undermined. Also, in 1999, 19 defendants were charged with bribery, including high-ranking officials and multinational companies involved in the project. So these incidents indicate that there has to be some form of tighter control, and I hope that in the visit to Lesotho, you were able to pick up whether there's any improvement on controls that prevents something similar from happening again. So we'll have to look at this a little bit more into detail as MK Party, and then we will decide when the issue comes up before Parliament what our posture would be. Thank you, Chair.
100%. Can I just ask colleagues, that is the MK Party's view, and we respect their view. It's not a problem. What I want to ask members is there anything else that we would like to add to these recommendations? I can think of one issue where I would like to see the AG to come and make a presentation to Parliament, to the committee, on their findings of the Lesotho tour. And I think that is also essential that we, from their perspective, get their view financially on this project. I don't know how colleagues feel about that. Honorable Ditebe?
Chairperson, I agree that the AGSA should be invited to Parliament to give us their impression of what they found during the trip, because they couldn't just have gone there, to pursue leisure. They were certainly at work. And I think our trip afforded them an opportunity to then have an impression of what's happening there. So yes, the committee recommends that the AGSA should provide us with a report on their impressions of the trip in Lesotho and the overall implications of the Lesotho Highlands Water Project.
Thank you, Honorable Khumalo.
And Chairperson, while that,
my apology, Honorable Khumalo. Honorable Ditebe, yes, you can conclude.
Yeah, Chair, I don't know, it's a rather difficult one. It's Honorable Khumalo who went with us to Lesotho. Of course, Honorable Reddy had an opportunity to be with us, but I think he had other pressing commitments. With due respect, I mean, what he said, we picked up quite a number of issues, but here we are generating a report. And as he correctly said, we cannot just be reporting verbatim on what each and every person said. Perhaps it might be wise to get Honorable Khumalo to say, what he thinks, because I know Honorable Reddy may have read up or maybe even gone to Lesotho in his previous life on this particular report. I mean, in respect of this project, but I think we would benefit a lot more with utmost respect from Honorable Khumalo's impressions. I don't know what the party hierarchy is like in respect of the portfolio committee on their part, but yeah, thank you, Chair.
Yeah, I think Honorable Reddy speaking on behalf of the party.
Sorry, Chair. Chair, may I come in here? I think the previous speaker is
Can I conclude, please, Honorable Reddy? I will recognize you. Sure. I totally understand. I've been there. We've been there ourselves. That in some instances, that the party needs to go and get approval from their party structures, and that is normal to do that. So it is within his rights, representing the MK party, to say that they will not speak out, or whether they will approve or not. They reserve that right, and it is their right to do that. Can I then go to Honorable Khumalo, and then I'll come to you, Honorable Reddy? Honorable Khumalo.
So sorry, Chair. Before Honorable Khumalo comes in, I'd like to respond quickly to the previous speaker. I think he's being very mischievous, and he's playing cheap, petty politics. He cannot determine the posture of MK party. I will not tell him how he should handle his party affairs. In the same way, he must not decide what MK should do. Honorable Khumalo and we have discussed this matter. I've been to Lesotho, and that's why I opted not to attend this one, but we have discussed this matter. And what I speak is something that we both discussed together. So he's just being mischievous, and he's trying to set a wedge. It's an old game, an old trick, political trick that I'm used to. So he must stop that nonsense.
Yeah, I respect your rights. So let's just move on. Honorable Khumalo, would you like to add something to this report?
Yes, thank you, Chair. On the issue of the Auditor General, I just wanted to agree with you on that one, that it makes sense that we get their report as well. They must come and do a presentation.
Sorry, interrupt, Honorable Khumalo.
Honorable Khumalo.
No, Chair.
Please give me.
I want to correct something here in this portfolio committee. We are here to work for our people. We are here to discuss our things. know these things, what people are doing here.
No, I agree with you. I'll give you the opportunity. We'll come to all the parties now, all the members from different parties on this report. So please just let us complete this quickly. I'm still on the report. Honorable Kumalo, you on the floor?
Okay, thank you, Chair. Yeah, I was saying I fully agree with the Chair when it comes to inviting the Auditor General to come and do a presentation, because they were there to represent the South African interest. So it's a good thing for them to come and do a presentation. Let's see how they feel about this whole thing. And also on the issue that was raised by my colleague, yes, indeed, we will do our own presentation on this report, because, like, I did raise the issue of land, the issue of food security there, and also the issue of people being displaced. But anyway, we will discuss that. We'll raise that at the right time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Colleagues, I'm now going to some of the other members to get their approval. Can I start with Honorable Kobe? Honorable Kobe, are you satisfied with the report?
Thank you, Chair. Yes, I am, with the addition of the Auditor General. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Moore?
With the changes that have been done, Chair, I think I'm happy. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable Ditebe?
Chair, minus what Honorable Rady said, I'm happy.
All right. Can I quickly ask Honorable Makula, your view? I think you've got the same view as Honorable Reddy, that you would not prefer not to approve the report. You'll do that later. Am I correct?
Hayi ubhulile isangoma.
Okay, so that I didn't understand. Can you translate? Someone translate that for me?
No, she says you got that one right.
I got that one right.
Yeah.
He says you are becoming like a sangoma.
Honorable members, in principle, can we then accept this report? Then just with the EFF and the MK party, then that will reserve their rights on this report. Can I then ask that we accept this report? Can I
We
get...
do, Chair. Honorable Rady may contact me privately to say what his reasons are for rejecting it when he wasn't there, on a lighter note.
Yeah, okay, he's not rejecting it, he's just reserving his rights. Can I get a seconder? Honorable Motsekatsi?
I second, Chair.
Thank you very much. Colleagues, thank you very much. I think that was the last item. Is there anything else that someone just would like to put on the table quickly, very short, or can I conclude this meeting? Honorable Kumalo?
Chair.
Honorable Kumalo, your hand is up.
No. It's this technology that is giving me some.
Okay, Honorable Reddy, your hand is up.
Yeah, Chair. There has been an invitation I've seen to members to attend the Water in Daba. I've noticed that not everyone has submitted or filled in the form. I'd just like to advise that this would be something worth attending, the Water in Daba. And if members are still considering, if perhaps they could attend and indicate their attendance.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I think what happens, Honorable Reddy, people are going on oversight with other committees and they are not available. Honorable Jaylanga? Your hand was up.
I'm happy. I was gonna ask where is the lunch, and then we can close the meeting.
Yes, and then Stanley, your hand was up. Stanley?
Thank you, Chair. No, just a small matter. I'm just saying on a procedural matter that Chair might need to be clarified in future meetings, that as we undertake oversight visits and so on, from there compile reports that represents what happened on that oversight visit. And when the report is presented, is for those people who have undertaken the oversight to confirm that yet indeed this is what happened, right? That is not partisan, but on the delegation that undertook. I'm saying it's a matter that may need to clarify, Chair, in future.
I think,
Thank you.
I understand where you come from, but I think every member has got the right to give his inputs on a report and the recommendations, and I would respect them doing that. So, but nevertheless, this report has been approved. Honorable Makola, something else from your side?
Chair, isicelo lesi, please. I-request to you. Mhlawumbe uyibonile ukuthi kwenzakaleni eKZN, bengicela Nkosi yami ukuthi ke kube ne oversight especial abantu lapha iDamkoko amanzi abanawo, special municipality waseDurban.
Okay.
Bengicela nje ukuthi ke senze lokho oversight special, very urgent.
Okay, thank you. I've got that, Honorable. I got the gist of that. Would you maybe just write a letter to on your request to and send that to Kaya or to the secretariat of the committee? I'm going to the last round now. Honorable Reddy.
Durban is terrible, terrible. Palm View, Chatsworth, everywhere. All Durban are terrible. Thanks, Chair.
Makola, would you just put that in writing for us? Thank you. Honorable Reddy, you've got the last bite now.
Yes, I think Honorable Kaula has raised a very valid point. And perhaps as a committee, we should consider going out to Durban, to the spots that have been damaged due to the heavy flooding. There's been serious damage, and it would be a good idea. And even if the minister could accompany us to go out and do a check, oversight visit, and especially with regard to damages.
Yeah. Would you also send us a letter in that concern?
I'll do that immediately. Thank you.
Okay, the last person, Honorable Ditebe.
Chairperson, thank you very much. I'm very much sympathetic to what the honorable members are saying, and you have guided them to put that in writing. But I'm rather concerned by what Honorable Reddy has just said, not because one is unsympathetic or one does not consider what's happened there to be a disaster, but we do know in terms of line functions, there are committees. In this instance, you would have COCTA from the point of view of disaster and human settlements. Our concern is with water. Yes, indeed, the flash floods and everything might wreak havoc as far as with the water situation, but that may very well be temporary, etc. Now, unless this is a joint thing.
Sorry, Chair. Chair.
I'd like to,
can he complete? Then I'll come back.
No, Chair.
The
Honorable Chair must stay aside because I was in Durban yesterday. Our people will love. Even in mayor, the mayor said they haven't got the money. He even say to me, I must put this thing in the machine to the portfolio committee.
We agree.
We don't like to listen anything.
Makola, we agree with you. We just say maybe we should do a joint.
Who must write a letter, Honorable, with your respect?
Just write a letter.
So who must write a letter? I must.
You must please just write. You write a letter. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
You
write the request.
I don't like any motivation about Cocta and anything.
No, you
Our
just write a
people
letter.
can see when we go there.
All right. Thank you, colleagues. I've now opened the floor again to start again. Colleagues, I have requested Honorable Reddy and Honorable Kaula to write a letter. When we get that response, we will, as a committee, take a decision whether we go on a joint with Cocta to visit that. It is important. It is urgent. Let's do that.
Can I assist, please? May I assist? May I assist? I really want to.
Will you protect me?
Honorable
Speak out of
Can I
turn.
just ask Honorable Ditebe still on the floor, please?
Yeah.
I had a point of order, so let's just deal with that. Honorable Ditebe, can you conclude?
Yeah, Chairperson, I just thought that I, in conclusion, should say I thank you for having led us to Lesotho, and certainly we gained lots of insights. We have heard for quite a long time about this particular project, but it's different from reading about it, in various documents, etc., until one sees, including the beauty of Lesotho. And I think it probably is not the very last time, because if anything, we have already created that impetus, and the committee must not lose sight of, what's happening there. And we must ensure that this project, which is fraught with quite a number of risks, in terms of the various milestones that must be recorded. And I'm not talking about the shutdown, which is just a temporary thing. I'm talking about the Pudihadi project, which will yield yet another 480 billion liters of water, I think, per annum to South Africa. And we cannot allow this project to creep into collapse, because any project that creeps is likely to lose the financial support it had in the beginning. So I'd really would like to thank you and the colleagues who went with us to Lesotho. It was indeed quite an eye-opener and inspiring. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Ditebe. Honorable Reddy, I don't want to elaborate on this issue any longer.
No. Chair, I don't want to raise any of this. I just want to mention that previously, when there were flooding like this that took place in eThekwini, in certain parts of KZN, the board, Umgeni Water Board, which is a board that is an entity of this portfolio committee, has gotten directly involved. You looked at damages that were caused by rivers that were flooding, dams that were damaged, etc., valves that were damaged. So, by working in partnership with the water board and the municipality, we were able to assist communities that were in dire straits. And that's basically where I'm coming from. And I think also Honorable Kaula is coming from as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You would put that in writing to us as quick
I
as
will.
possible.
I will.
And then we'll deal with it. Colleagues, with that said, then thank you very much for attending this meeting. And we'll see each other in Parliament later today. Thank you and have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Chair.
Bye.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Chair.
Usmakoti.
DNU must fall. DNU must fall.
Ake ngizoza lapha etheni. Ungilinde.